Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. You're very welcome to our final session on the Youth Thrive Entrepreneurship Program. It's our final session. Are we excited? Are we excited? Are we looking forward to it? Anyone that's excited, indicate in the chat. Today is our final session. And even though it has been great, as they say, whatever has a beginning must have an end. So today we're coming to the end of our webinars. Yes, Gideon, we made it. Yeah, we made it. I can see Messi is excited. I can see Olabi is excited. Yes. Chukwuka is excited. Abdurrahman is excited. Amole says, we will be graduates of the Youth Thrive Entrepreneurship Program. I love that. I love the spirit. Love it. Yes. Okay. So without further ado, let's dive into it. Today is almost like saving the best for last because we're going to talk about the art of pitching. And whenever you pitch, you always have an objective in mind. Nobody pitches for no reason. There's always an objective. So we're going to learn today how to pitch. Now, without sense of modesty, I must say I'm a veteran pitch coach. I have evaluated pitches in so many institutions, Yale University in the US. I've evaluated pitches in Lagos Business School's Bank of Industry Accelerator. I've evaluated pitches at the African Women Entrepreneurship Cooperative in New York. I've evaluated pitches at the Chili's Africa High Growth Coaching Program. I've evaluated pitches at Folorunsho Alakija's Flourish Africa Program. I've evaluated pitches at the KSA Startup Advantage Program. I've evaluated pitches at the Pharmacist Leadership Stimulant Program. I've evaluated pitches at the Eco Innovation Center, and finally, an Access Bank's W initiative. So I have a lot of experience with pitching, and I would love to share that experience with you today. How many of us are looking forward to it? Great. All right, so today we're going to look at pitching through the lens of the MTTF formula. There's so many people that have different perspectives about pitching. Some have perspectives about business model canvas, lean canvas, so many. The one we're going to talk about now will be the MTTF formula as mission, team, traction, and financials. Under mission, we'll look at the problem you're solving. What is your solution to that problem? Business model and competitive advantage. Then we'll also look at strategic partnerships and your internal team. We'll look at your achievements through under traction, and then under financials, we'll look at your growth plan, your projections, your ask, what do you want, your valuation, and return on investment. So what's the agenda for today looking like? We'll start with introduction to pitching. We'll look at your 4 anchor slides, the mission, building your team, proving your worth, securing the future. And then we'll look at pitching tips and best practices. And finally, we're now going to look at the next steps on the Youth Thrive program and take a few questions as well. Right, so what is pitching? Do we know what pitching is? Type in the chat if you're interested in if you know anything about pitching, if you have previous experience or understanding with pitching, type in the chat. Type in the chat, anyone that understands, you've had previous experience with pitching. Okay, Idowu says pitching means in business means presenting your business ideas to another party. Okay. Anyone else? Okay, well, that's a good intro. So pitching is the art of conveying your business ideas effectively. It's a critical skill for getting funding, for securing partnerships, and even for getting customers. A powerful pitch can captivate your audience and open doors to many opportunities, as we're going to see today. There are different types of pitches. We're going to look at elevator pitch. We're going to look at investor pitch. An elevator pitch is simply a concise 30-second summary of your business. While an investor pitch is a comprehensive presentation of your business to potential investors. So to describe in detail what an elevator pitch is, let me give an example. So assume you are those of you that live in Lagos, you know Falomo Roundabout. So Falomo Roundabout has a couple of important institutions there, including a bank, and then the headquarters of Dangote Enterprises is also at Falomo Roundabout. So assuming one day you're passing by Falomo and then you want to go in and withdraw money from the ATM, you go there and they tell you the ATM machine is on the first floor. And so you climb the elevator, you enter the elevator because you don't want to use the stairs. And while you're waiting there, lo and behold, Aliko Dangote comes into the elevator with you and closes the door. Now, assuming you're a female entrepreneur, and then suddenly you just remember, I saw this man on TV 2 nights ago, and he was talking about how he wants to empower women entrepreneurs. I'm a female entrepreneur. This is my opportunity to pitch to him and get him on board my business. What are you going to tell him? What are you going to tell him in order to get him interested in working with you and partnering with you and supporting your business? If it is at that moment that you start thinking about it, it's too late. You can't start crafting your elevator pitch on the spot of the moment, or else you're likely to make mistakes. It's something as an entrepreneur, you should always be prepared. So it's something that you should have at the back of your mind at all times. You should have this at the back of your mind at all times. You should be able to have your elevator pitch at the tip of your fingers, just in case you need to reel it out at any time. So if you need to memorize it, if you can, even though this isn't school, traditional school, you know, in school, how you used to memorize to pass your exam. If you need to memorize your elevator pitch so that it's at the top of your head, at the top of mind, in case you ever need to call upon it. You also need to, at any time, tailor your pitch to your audience. Sometimes the audience are customers. Sometimes the audience are even employees. There's some key employees you want to get on board. You need to pitch your business too. It's said that when Steve Jobs was trying to get the CEO of Apple to join, the CEO of PepsiCo to join Apple, he asked him, do you want to spend the rest of your life selling colored water, or do you want to join me for a chance to change the world? Now, people, is that a pitch or is that a pitch? So obviously, you know, if you need to get key employees, you also need to pitch. If you need to get funding, you need to pitch. If you need to get partners, you need to pitch. So let's see what this elevator pitch looks like. So this is a good template you can use for your elevator pitch. Assuming you're that lady in the elevator trying to speak to Aliko Dangote, this is what you can tell him. You can say, hi, my name is Sarah Williams. My company is called Beautiful Minds. The problem I'm solving is the need to empower young people across Nigeria with knowledge of science, technology, engineering, and math, otherwise called STEM, for a brighter Nigeria and a greater Nigeria tomorrow. Our product is an online site that has tons of courses on STEM, which is designed for our target customers of children between the ages of 9 and 15. We make money by charging fees on these online courses, and our team is the right team because we've been together for years, and together we've won several awards such as the Access Bank Youth Thrive Entrepreneurship Grant, the Tony Elumelu Foundation Grant, and so on. Please, I need help with 10 million naira to scale our website and expand to other countries. Bam, that's it. You've killed it. If you can remember this elevator pitch template and use it, then I mean, you've just killed it completely. And you would have made a very good impression on whoever you're trying to convince to support you in your business, right? Okay, so now the investor pitch is slightly different. Unlike the elevator pitch, that just 30 seconds, the investor pitch is more around maybe 5 minutes, 2 minutes, 10 minutes, depending on the rules of engagement. You can pitch for equity. How many of you want equity on this call? Type equity in the chat if you want equity. Type equity in the chat. Those that want. Remember the last module we looked at. In the last module, we looked at different types of funding strategies, and then we said that one of the funding strategies is equity. So, okay, fine. Joshua wants equity. Chukuka wants equity. Mortala wants equity. Samuel wants equity. Awal wants equity. Okay, very good, very good. So who wants debt? Who wants debt funding? Who wants debt investment? Anyone wants debt? Anyone wants debt funding? Everybody wants equity, so nobody wants to take a loan. Okay, Amole Bemileke said he can do with the loan. Who else? Who else? Who else? Who else? Anyone else wanting a loan? Nobody? Anyone else wanting a loan? Okay, Kende wants debt. Chukuka wants debt. Abdul Kadir wants debt. Someone wants equity and debt. Okay, fine. That's okay. All right. So, okay. So essentially, if you want to pitch for equity, you need the page to learn how to make an investor page. If you want to get debt as well, if you're on an accelerator program, you also need to learn how to pitch. If you're taking part in a competition, you need to learn how to pitch. If you want to sign up a partnership, you also need to pitch. So the stakes are high, people. The stakes are high. We're not playing here. We're not kidding around. This is real. This is real. So you need to learn how to pitch, which is what we're going to learn on this program. So section 1, we start with the mission. And your mission slide should contain your problem statement, should contain your solution, should contain your business model, and should contain your competitive advantage. The problem statement. First of all, how did you identify your opportunity? How did you identify your opportunity? It could have been through environmental scanning. Remember when we spoke about opportunity recognition, identifying innovative opportunities. What are some of the things we spoke about? We said political trends. You can identify your opportunity from political trends. You can identify your opportunity from economic trends. So maybe, for instance, you look into the way Nigeria is going with the floating exchange rate, and then you find out that the way Nigeria is going, you now find out that you need to you could start a business that helps Nigerians. So for instance, due to the exchange rate, Nigerians can no longer afford foreign goods paid for in USD or thereabouts or pounds. So you now look for creating Nigerian equivalent or Nigerian alternative to those foreign goods. So that's an opportunity. Also, social trends. Social trends is also something you might identify. You might have found out that so I know someone that noticed that due to modernization and westernization, women have stopped dressing modestly because of they want to be attractive. So she's always believed that you can be decent and still be attractive. So she came up with a fashion line that dresses women in modest yet attractive fashions. That's an opportunity that she identified due to a social trend, which is westernization. Another one is technological trends. What is the technology that has revolutionized the world in the past? That has revolutionized the world in the past 6 months or 1 year? Can we type what technology has changed the world in the past 1 year or 6 months? I'm typing. I'm looking at the chat. Anyone? Anyone? I can't see. Okay, AI, very good. AI. ChatGPT, and Yola went straight to it. ChatGPT, and I know a lot of people have been using ChatGPT even on this program for your take-home assignments. ChatGPT, okay, very good. So someone could have seen AI and ChatGPT as a business opportunity. They use it to create a content marketing program. They use the business, a digital marketing business, a writing business. You know, all these are trends that could lead you to opportunities. Then environmental trends as well. Pollution. Someone might have noticed environmental degradation, pollution, climate change. You know, these are all things, and that. But if you are discerning, you can see that you can turn that opportunity from waste to wealth. So, for instance, you would. I know someone that went to a village and noticed that they didn't have furniture, but they had a lot of waste. They had tires that are not being used. They had, waste. She then converted that waste into material that could be used to make furniture, and she's making a killing, winning awards and all that. So creativity, also legal trends as well, very important. So another way of identifying opportunity could be solving a personal problem. So I also know the mother of an autistic child. I know a woman that had an autistic child, and she just realized that, she started looking for a provider, a carer to look after her autistic child, and she could not find it very difficult to get a caregiver or a caretaker. And so that gave her an idea. Why doesn't she start an app like Uber? But instead of matching drivers to riders, it was matching parents of autistic children to autistic carers or autistic caretakers of autistic children. So that was how so in solving her own personal problem, she came up with a solution that could be a business opportunity. Also finding a gap in the marketplace. So the thing for you to remember in this is start with a bang, tell a compelling story, or cite an interesting statistic. So start with a bang. Make sure your intro is interesting, or cite an interesting statistic. So you could start by saying, did you know 25% of Nigerian women between the ages of 25 and 50 are at risk for cervical cancer? This problem led me to, just start in a way that is punchy. And then, that will go a long way in helping you sell it right. Okay, then after talking about your problem, now talk about the solution. What value are you providing? Is it a product? Is it a service? Is it a shared resource? Is it a subscription? A shared resource is like a gym. You know what a gym is? Gymnasium, where people go and exercise. That's a shared resource. Is it subscription? Do they pay every month? Do they pay every quarter? Is it resale? Is it a lease? Is it agency? Are you starting an agency? Is it audience aggregation? Audience aggregation is like media. So a media site or a blog site brings a lot of people together. Is it a loan you're giving? Is it an option? Are you selling insurance? Are you giving capital? So ask yourself, what is my solution to this problem I've identified? And then you need to tie it to the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. Do we know the SDGs? Do we know the Sustainable Development Goals? Do we know the Sustainable Development Goals? How many Sustainable Development Goals are there? How many Sustainable Development Goals are there? Anyone? Okay, nobody knows. Is there anybody that's going to bail us out? How many SDGs are there? Sustainable development. Okay, we know it, but how many? Yeah, there's 17. Go Gideon, go James. Very good, there are 17. So let's look at the 17 Sustainable Development Goals. We have no poverty, no hunger, good health, quality education, gender equality, clean water and sanitation, renewable energy, good jobs and economic growth, innovation and infrastructure, reduce inequalities, sustainable cities and communities, responsible consumption, climate action, life below water, life on land, peace and justice, and partnership for the goals. So yes, I can see everyone now realizes that there's 17. So yes, there are actually 17 sustainable development goals. And you need, as a business owner, you can't be operating in a vacuum. You need to be on top of what is going on in society. So you need to be able to match your solution to any of the sustainable development goals. Then the next is your business model. Your business model is simply how your business creates value, delivers value, and captures value. So for the purpose of the pitch, you need to explain in simple terms, how does your business make money? That's simple explanation that we need. So the business model canvas helps you spell out your business model, and as you can see, it's made up of several sections. So when you're talking of creating value creation, it speaks to value proposition, customer segment, customer relationship, and channels. Those are your value creation sections. Then value delivery speaks to key partners, key activities, key resources. Then value capture speaks to revenue streams and cost structure. So by the time you look at all these, it gives you a good sense of what your business is all about. Everybody is typing 17. We'll move from the SDGs. Can we move on? Thank you. All right then. So now you also need to look at your competitive advantage. Talk about your competitive advantage. Ask yourself, how are you competing? Are you competing based on quality? Do you provide the best quality meals on this side of the Niger? Is it cost? Are your costs really low? Is it patents? Do you have intellectual property that you've registered with the Nigerian Patent Office? Is it a unique technology? Do you have are you creating the next ChatGPT, the next blockchain? Or is it expertise? Are you the world's expert in what you do? So these are all sources of competitive advantage. Right. Okay, so now as an illustration, this is an example of the mission. According to, so if I were pitching Kleos, this would be my mission slide. The problem I'm solving is this. According to the Global Entrepreneurship Monitor, Nigerians are entrepreneurial yet poor, leading to the high failure rate of Nigerian small businesses. Then, in fulfillment of SDG 8, our platform aims to support small-scale enterprises in Nigeria by matching them to a pool of trained interns that help increase their revenue through digital marketing. That's my solution. Then what's my business model? We make money by charging a 20% commission on all transactions that take place on the platform. And then finally, what's our competitive advantage? Our clients love us because we're the most cost-effective platform solution in the market. So these are all different ways that you can succinctly represent what your mission is about: problem, solution, business model, and competitive advantage. Okay, am I audible? Some people are saying they can't hear me. Am I audible? Can anyone hear me? I think it's your network. Okay, Femi says she can hear me. Okay, all right. Philip can hear me. Okay, so I'll move on. All right, so now the team. Now looking at the team. After pitching your mission, next you need to pitch your team. And your team slide should consist of your internal team and your strategic partnerships. So what are strategic partnerships? Strategic partnerships are important because SMEs are often limited by resources. As an SME, you have limited resources. You don't have everything. You don't have all the money. And so if you have strategic partnerships, you can do more with less. So what kind of strategic partnerships can you have? You can have partners in marketing and sales. You can have partners in finance. You can have partners in human resources. You can have partners in operations, logistics, and supply chain. So these are all partnerships that you can forge as a business owner. So for Kleos, this is how our team slide would look. The team is consisting of the CEO, Dr. Glory, the CEO, John Paul, CTO, Shoma, CMO, Vivian, Head of Projects, Chisom. We can also say that our partners include Access Bank of Nigeria, Faster Capital in Dubai, International Business Accelerator in the US, and Entrepreneur Scan in the Netherlands. So these can all be your partners. So this is what your team slide can look like. You can also put in pictures of your team, logos of your partners, just to bring it alive. Okay. Next, we look at traction. Traction simply means how much progress have you made? So looking at traction, you start with what are the different ways you can make progress or gain traction in your business? Public relations is one. PR, that's media coverage. So if you appear on Arise TV, you appear on Channels TV, these are all forms of traction, because you can get exposed to customers and your customers can come and buy your services through those channels. Social and display ads, social media ads, those are also very important traction channels. We all know social media is very big these days in terms of getting customers. So that's one. Content marketing, writing articles on Medium, writing articles on WordPress. This is content marketing. Email marketing. Of course, we know what emails are. That's how we receive program information from on YouThrive. So email marketing is also a good traction channel. Targeting blogs. So providing guest posts or being part of guest posts is also part of traction. Trade shows, exhibition, and events. These are also part of traction channels. Speaking engagements. If you go and speak at an event, that can give you traction, can give you exposure to different customers. Community building, by building your own community. Yes, Fikira is right. Fikira, you're right. Through advertisements as well. Nora is asking, what is the last day of this program? I hope you're paying attention to what we're saying, but today is the last day anyway of the webinar. Then traditional advertising, such as billboards. Of course, you know, once you get bigger, you can also advertise on billboards, outdoor advertising. Business development, collaborations and partnerships, and affiliate marketing. So can you tell us, what are other additional major traction channels that we know? Apart from these ones that we've listed, I'm listening. Which other traction channels do we have? Which other traction channels do we have? Okay, billboard, yes. Samuel Obiefuna said market association platforms, okay. Jefta says PowerPoint presentation, okay. Chukuka, excellent point. Influencers marketing. Abdul Kadir says word of mouth. No, Gideon says word of mouth. Abdul Kadir says radio stations. Mary, very good point. Flyers and business cards. Zachary says newspapers. Mukhtar says pamphlets. Samuel says trade fair. We know these things. I'm so happy. We're on top of it. Thank you. Well done. All right. So then you also talk about your achievements. You get to brag a bit. So share data on your user acquisition. How many users have you acquired? How have you grown? Also showcase your milestones, your awards, and your recognition. So have you won awards? Have you been on the YouthRive program? Have you won Tony Elumelu grants? Have you won, what have you won? And then include user testimonials or case studies. If you can get good testimonials from people that have used your product, that's an achievement. And then also share historical revenue and profit figures. Even I'm pitching Cleos. This is what our traction slide will look like. We primarily generate leads. So what I'll say for our traction, we primarily generate leads through content marketing and convert them through email marketing. True. Since inception in 2016, we have served 2,500 entrepreneurs, and we aim to double that figure in the next 2 years. In 2016, we were recognized by the Global Association of MBAs as one of the top 50 MBA stories globally. In 2017, we were finalists in the prestigious African Entrepreneurship Awards. And in 2018, we were listed as one of the top 100 SMEs in Nigeria by Connect. So these are all, then on the right, you can see revenue figures, you can see profit figures. So these are all ways of displaying your traction in your pitch. that you can write. Okay. Then next, last but not least, we look at financials. Financials are the next section. And your financial slides should cover your growth plans, your financial projections, your ask, your valuation, and your return on investment. Let me take it again. Your growth plans, your financial projections, your ask, your valuation, and your return on investment. So let's start. Growth plans. If you're pitching to an investor, it must be like you want to expand your business and you want to bring the person on board. So you need to tell them how you're going to expand that business. Is it geographic expansion? Do you want to move to another state? Do you want to move outside Nigeria? Open a branch outside Nigeria? Do you want to introduce new products and services? Remember when I was talking to you about being innovative, I said if you're running a boutique, open an e-commerce site for a boutique. If you're a caterer, open an app where you can deliver food to people online, and so on and so forth. So all these new products and services can be part of your growth plan. Then acquisitions and mergers. Do you want to buy a company? Does the company want to buy you? These are all growth plans. Hiring new team members, for example, if you want to hire more employees, that's also a growth plan, because the more employees you have, all things being equal, the larger your company will be. And then introduction of new technology. If you have new technology that you're trying to introduce, new ways of doing business, that's also a growth plan. So can you think of other strategies to grow and scale a business? Anyone? What are some other strategies to grow your business? If you're trying to talk to an investor, you're trying to tell him your growth plans, what are some other strategies you can tell him that this is what you're trying to do to grow your business? Okay, seems you're all thinking. All right. Good. Okay, so we'll now move to financials. So remember when I was talking about crafting customer-centric strategies, we discussed sales forecasts and revenue forecasts. So this is where you bring it to bear. You develop your revenue and expense forecasts. From these forecasts, you value your business, because by the time you project how much you're going to make in the future and you work backwards, then you know how much the business is worth today. There's how many of us do we know how much our business is worth? Do we know the value of our business? Anyone? Have you ever done anything, this thing called valuation of businesses? You need to value your business, because a business is an asset, right? So a business is an asset that needs to be cultivated over time. Okay, so Mercy says yes, she knows the value of her business. Very good. Anybody else? I'm seeing a lot of yeses. Kabir said he will use Cleos to value his business. Thanks for the thought. Odo says his business is worth 2.8 million naira. Okay. All right. So it's good to have a good idea what your business is worth. If you don't know what your business is worth, but you have your forecast, go to www.equidam.com. I'll type it in the chat. www.equidam.com for valuation. I'll highlight it. Okay. So www.equidam.com is a good site that can help you value your business. Okay. Then next you need to determine your ask. So after valuing your business, you now ask yourself, you now need to talk about how much do you want? How much are you searching for? And then specify what's the return on investment. What is an investor going to get for investing in your business? You can see some people talking about their business value. Habibu said 10 million. Jamil said 3.5. Okay. All right. So, yeah. So now this is what our financial sides will look like, assuming we're pitching to an investor as Cleos. This is what our financial slide will look like. we'll say we want to expand internationally and cater to clients in Kenya. We expect that this will double our revenue by 2025. To achieve this goal, we seek an equity investment of $25,000. Our business is currently worth $250,000. Hence, the investor would obtain a 10% equity stake in our business, which we believe will be worth $50,000 by 2025. So this is how you pitch your business from the financial point of view. Then in terms of your pitching tips, make sure you craft a compelling narrative. So the narrative should be something that is interesting. Tell interesting stories, make it come alive. Don't just come and talk like you're reciting something boring. Make it come alive, make your pitch come alive. Speak from your heart also. You just use the slides as a prop. Most people, when they are making a presentation, they just come out and start reading the presentation from the slides. That's not how it's supposed to be. You're supposed to speak from your heart, and the slides should just be a support. Also, you're supposed to create attractive, well-designed, and appealing slides. If possible, get a graphic designer to help you. And then prepare to answer questions and objections. So, ladies and gentlemen, that brings us to the end of today's program. And that brings us to the end of the webinar generally. Can we all clap for Access Bank, first of all, before we go into next steps? Round of applause for Access Bank. Round of applause for Access Bank, our dear sponsor that has given us all this information at no cost. Right. Okay, now it's time for the next steps. I'm sure a lot of you are asking, okay, after this webinar, what next? What next? What next? So that's what we're going to discuss now. So first of all, we have a feedback form for you. We need to get your feedback on how this program has been. So I'll type it in the chat now. Also, there's a Facebook group. Many of you have been asking, what's the community? What's the next community? How are we going to collaborate? We have created a Facebook group so that you can all collaborate, join the group, and network with other participants. Then there's a link to apply for a loan. How many of us said, when I was talking about debt, everybody, I got quite a number of people saying they're looking for debt financing. This is your chance to shoot your shot. This is your chance to get that money. This is your chance to get that funding that will get you to the next level. So there's the loan application, and then your take-home assignment. Very important. For you to pass this course and get your certificate, you need to send us all your take-home assignments. Now, you've been sending them one by one via email. We have a better way now. Now we're going to have one form where you just fill all your take-home, where you submit all your take-home assignments. One form to submit all take-home assignments. That's what we're going to have. And then your program quiz. Your program quiz is very important that you take this quiz, because the quiz is what's going to determine your pass mark on this program. The quiz will be available on Thursday from 12 to 4. The quiz will be open for everybody to take. So we're going to send the link to you on Thursday from 12 to 4. But there will be reminders as well. So let me post all these links. I'm sure you all can't wait. Yes, it will be sent to your emails. This will be sent to your emails. I'm just posting it now in case, so that you can have, trying to highlight it. Okay. So you have the feedback form, you have the Facebook group, you have the loan application, you have your take-home assignment. Those have already submitted. Submit again. That submission was individual. Now we want to bring them together. Also, for those that pass to the next stage, there will be coaching. Then for those that pass, there'll be coaching. For those that scale through, both based on attendance and the quiz, you get your certificate. And then later on, we'll also give you an application form to apply for your grants. So we'll give you an application form to apply for your grants. You say you didn't receive the quiz link. The quiz link will be shared on Thursday. It's not today. Today is not the quiz day. The quiz link will be shared on Thursday. Okay. All right. So I hope we're all taking Yes, it will be sent to your email. Okay. All right. Now, also moving forward, we at Cleos also want to know how we can support you. How can we support you at Cleos? You know, how can we support you at Cleos? We need to know. So we're going to type a link in the chat. How can we support you? So please fill this link. It will also be sent to you via email. How can we support you? So this will also be sent to you via email. So let us know. Well, we can do a poll now. Let's do a poll right now. Okay, someone said funding and promotion through your pages. Gideon said the support can come. Enola said partnership of Cleos is needed for my business. Okay, how can we support you? Yes, Jacob, the take-home questions are on the link. The take-home questions are on the link. Okay, so let's start a poll now. How can Cleos help you? Do you want training, ebooks, online courses, templates, webinars? Do you want website? Do you want us to help you develop your website? Do you want us to help you with digital marketing? Do you want us to help you with pitch decks and business plans? So let us know how we can help. I've published the poll now. So go for it. Can you see the poll? I think there might be an issue. Okay, let me run it again. Can you see the poll? Okay, so I think mainly training. I'm seeing training. Okay, mainly training. Digital, followed by pitch decks and business plans, followed by website development. Okay, so I see most of you want training. Okay, that's good. We can definitely help. We're here for you. Okay, Etok says website and digital marketing. Blessing said to develop my website and digital marketing. You can also send ebook. Sharif said ebook. Chidoba said digital marketing. Ifedayo says business plan. Okay, so you can also send us individual emails. You know, just at the title of the email should be Cleos support. Tell us exactly what we can do for you, and then we'll help you move on. Also, please fill the form that I just posted in the chat about support, how we can support you. All right, so that brings us to the end of this exciting program. I'm so glad that you, yes, the links will be sent to your emails. I'm so glad that you made it to this end of this program. Thank you all for your attention. Thank you all for your participation, and looking forward to having you all pass the quiz so that we can celebrate once you get your certificate and progress with the program. So thank you. Yes, I will send Mary, I will send the link to your emails. No problem. Immediately this is over, I'll send the link to your emails. So thank you, Salim. You said you're proud of us. Thank you. We're proud of you too. Philemon, thank you. You said I'm such a wonderful teacher. Thank you. Thanks, Abubakar. Thanks, Ayodele. Thanks, Janet. Said I'm the best. Thanks, Femi. Said thank you. Thanking me for my time and consideration. Ibrahim says we really appreciate you. Mercy, thank you for your time. Usman, thank you very much, madam, for your contribution. Oh, I could cry. This is so emotional. Thank you very much, everyone. So I wish you all the best in your business. I hope you put into practice everything we've taught. And if you need any additional support, feel free to send us an email and we'll be in touch. So thank you all. Take care and enjoy the rest of your day. Wishing you the best in your business as you continue to thrive through You Thrive.